Hi there, and welcome to another edition of MicroPats with me, Jake Donnelly. If this is your first time tuning in to MicroPats, hey, thank you for doing so. But first, a quick little primer on what it is I like to do here. I like to take one play and usually one play only and break it down as well, a microcosm for how the game went for the Patriots in general. For the Week 6 game against the New York Giants at Gillette Stadium, we are going to take a look at the defensive side of the ball yet again. Because really, when you take a look at the story of the season, yes, the offense is struggling a little bit. Yes, the special teams is fantastic. But I don't think anybody outside of maybe 3 or 4 people, I'm included in that group, thought that this defense was going to be as good as they are through the first 6 games of the season. But this play in particular is a microcosm of the Patriots season as a whole, and it's a microcosm of what Bill Belichick likes to do and likes to see from players in general. So first, enough of my yapping. Let's take a look at the play, and you'll see it's Patriots 7-0, second quarter, early stages, 1st and 10 for the Giants from their own 35-yard line. Danny Jones, play action. He's got a ton of time, and he throws a wobbler picked off by Duron Harmon, who apparently does, in fact, know how to pick off balls before the end of the game. The closer, Duron Harmon, gets the INT, and now let's take a look at the play and try to see where this play was made. So you see here, this is Danny Shelton. Shelton, he's lined up over the guard, and really the Patriots, they're not going to rush a lot of guys, especially on a play action. They're going to drop a bunch of guys back in coverage, and it's really the defensive backs that make this play. But, yeah, Danny Shelton, you're going to see max effort from the big man out of Auburn, Washington. So let's run the play. Shelton lined up over the guard, picks up a double team, right? But the offensive line for the Giants, which allowed just 1 sack in the entire game. This was a very weird game for the Patriots from a pass rushing perspective. They picked up just 1 sack because the Giants line was actually really good in this game, and you'll see why. The blocking, it's superb. There's a double team on pretty much every single person on the line right here, with the exception of the man at the top of the formation. But you'll see Shelton picks up 1 double team, and so the left guard for the Giants recognizes this. He's going to shuffle over to the top of the formation. Shelton's going to pick up a second double team right here. So look at this. Shelton's getting double teamed here. Van Noy is getting double teamed down here. He's going to pick up an extra blocker. Lawrence Guy, he's got 2 double teams. And John Simon is getting double teamed as well. Everybody is getting double-teamed on this play. That's the reason that Danny Jones has so much time for this play. But the Patriots, this is a coverage INT, but it's helped out by the fact that nobody on the Patriots defensive line gives up on the play. So Shelton picks up 1 double team, now picks up a second double team, and what does he do? Does he quit? Nope. He spins. Look at this. Double team here, double team here. There's not much room for Danny Shelton to get skinny. This man is 6'2", 344 pounds, and he is nowhere near Danny Jones right now. In fact, he is 7 yards away from the quarterback. Both the Patriots at the bottom of the formation, they're getting collapsed, pancaked on the play. And Danny Shelton and John Simon, 2 Patriots defenders against 4 Giants linemen. But you'll notice the linemen, they're standing around a little bit. So what happens? Shelton spins towards the middle, gets skinny, re-picks up the double team. There are 3 guys on this play that have tried to block Danny Shelton. They blocked him for the first 8 seconds of the play, but he does not give up on the play, gets himself skinny. All 344 pounds of Danny Shelton gets skinny, and he is making a beeline for Danny Jones. And you'll see, he lunges, and he just juts out the huge left ham hock and gets a piece of Jones's forearm. And so he throws a flutter. Duron Harmon picks it off, and everybody's happy. Now here's the angle from the end zone. Jones lined up. He's splitting the guard in the center, lined up over the right shoulder the right side of the left guard. Shelton picks up that initial double team between center and guard. Giants do a great job of passing off. Again, double teamed. Now the second and third guys on the line to block Danny Shelton on this play. Spins, recognizes there's that hole about 4 yards, and he's going to split the two again and lunge and get a piece and force the interception. This is sensational effort from Shelton. Boom! Lunges, so athletic. And it's one of those things that people used to overlook all the time with guys like Vince Wilfork. Yeah, these are big, lumbering dudes who are supposed to stop the run, obviously. But on passing downs and passing situations, when it turns out that, well, it's a play action, they're not just going to rest on their laurels and say, okay, I'll pick up 2 guys and no, that's it. Vince Wilfork, he used to be able to get to the quarterback, not usually picking up sacks. And when he didn't force the issue for the quarterback, remember, Vince Wilfork had a couple of interceptions early in one of those seasons because he could read the play. These guys are not just big fatsos. No, these are smart football players who recognize what's going on the play. And that's exactly what you're getting from Danny Shelton. Look at this play one more time. The effort from Shelton is sensational. He's going to get blocked by 3 separate guys on the play. Here's 1, here's 2. Shelton, a double team, not a pass rush specialist by any means. There's 2, there's 3. Okay? So now he's got 3 different guys that have blocked him. And now, after he spins again towards the only space that he can see, he's going to somehow make the play. This play was a little bit of skill. It was about 15% skill. It was 85% effort. This was all effort from Danny Shelton. And when you look at a play like this, you have to recall, who was Danny Shelton last season? Danny Shelton was a guy that the Patriots picked up in the offseason from the Browns and then really didn't do much through the first 12, 13, 14 games of the season. And everybody was thinking, man, Danny Shelton, we had such high hopes for this guy. Did he sulk? Did he be like, oh, woe is me, I'm not getting any playing time? No. He said all the right things. He did all the right things. He put in the effort. And then when the playoffs came around, Danny Shelton was one of the best players on the Patriots. He had a fantastic Super Bowl. He dominated from end to end in a Super Bowl, dominated by defensive players and also the punter Ryan Allen. And so after the Super Bowl, everybody was praising him, including Bill Belichick. And this is why this play is so impressive to watch from not just the Danny Shelton aspect, but it's why it's a microcosm of the Patriots as a whole. How often do you hear a coach say, you know what, this was my bad. I didn't put the players in the right position. Most of the time from coaches, you don't really get that. But there is one coach you hear that from more than any other, and that's Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick this offseason admitted that Danny Shelton was a player Bill Belichick, did not use properly. It was not Danny Shelton's fault that Danny Shelton wasn't getting on the field and he wasn't productive when he was getting snaps. No, Bill Belichick said it was actually his fault and that he was going to put Danny Shelton in better places this season. And what's going on? Bill Belichick stayed true to his word and has put Danny Shelton in better positions. But this play was not mostly about skill. This play was about effort. This is about 15% skill and 85% effort. And Danny Shelton, oh my God. You can imagine what's going through Danny Jones's head. He's like, I'm fine. And you can see he's looking at Danny Shelton right here. I'm fine. Oh, I am not fine. If you saw the 6'2", 344-pound Danny Shelton coming at you, what would be going through your head? I know what would be going through my head. I'd be trying to get down into a deep little burrow, and I'd kind of hide out for a while, wait till maybe February. I bet there's some people, they'd come around, see if I get afraid of my shadow, and everybody would try to figure out how many more weeks of winter there were. That's how scared I would be. If I'm Daniel Jones right now, and I've got Danny Shelton bearing down on me, let me see, what would be going through my head? What would be going through my head? I think that was going through Danny Jones's head as well. Danny Shelton gets the ham hock on the forearm, forces the deflection. Look at that effort. And an INT, another one, another interception for Daron Harmon, for the Patriots defense. This defense is just so good. It's not just the talent of the players like John Simon, like Danny Shelton, like Kyle Van Noy, Jamie Collins, the McCourties, everybody on the field. It's not just the talent, Stephon Gilmore, obviously. It's not just the talent that is getting the job done for the Patriots. And it's not just the coaching of Bill Belichick that has got this unit so beautifully in chemistry, cohesive unit. It's not Belichick the younger. It's not Gerard Mayo, who is essentially the de facto defensive coordinator. No,